Everything is a weapon. The U.S. government is waging psychological warfare on the nation. Shalom, shalom. Before I begin, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well, and peace and blessings on all you brethren teaching this word in all sincerity and truth. To the 144,000, the house of David, shalom. It's the brother Dama Agabar here from GMS Los Angeles with another lesson. And this is from an article I found on Zero Hedge, which, I read the title, but it says, everything is a weapon. And immediately, those of us who are in this faith, the first thing that pops into your mind is Esau, Edom, and his blessing, which you can read in Genesis, the 27th chapter. All right. And this is a very lengthy article, so I'm going to hop around a little bit and try to get to the point. But the main thing is that, through the Spirit, the Lord is totally exposing Esau, Edom, the son of perdition, and everything that he is about. And his whole MO is he weaponizes everything, because as the blessing that he received from Isaac was that by the sword he would live. All right. And of course, we know he lives by the physical sword, by, the physical armies and physical war tactics and guns and bombs and things of that nature. But when you go into it on a deeper, more spiritual level, he weaponizes everything. All right. He weaponizes food. He's weaponizing the air. He weaponizes information, and he uses it to get the upper hand and the advantage over his prey and over the people that he is coming up against, especially you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who are the biblical Israelites. All right. And, in this article just basically it just totally exposes this guy, man. And it further confirms through the Spirit what we have been telling you, Jakes, and you people out there, who the damn devil is and who is the biblical Edomites alive and well today and operating, in that same spirit, man. So this is a very long article. So I'm just going to hop around, got a couple precepts, and I'm just going to, the article speaks for itself, man. All right. It says, have you ever wondered who's pulling the strings? Anything we touch is a weapon, okay? This Esau telling you straight up, man. All right? Everything that he touches is a weapon. That's why I said he weaponizes everything. Food, information, water, the air, these schools you send your children to, the information you see on his news media, everything that he puts in front of you is weaponized, man. And it's backed with, it's weaponized, and it's also a form of witchcraft, a form of, dark magic, man. All right. And this has been the way that he's been operating on the earth since he's been in rulership. But in these last days, through the Spirit and the knowledge of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, this man is being revealed. He's being aired out. Because for the longest of time, he was able to benefit off of his weapon, benefit off of his witchcraft and his lies and his propaganda, because he was operating basically in the shadows and in secrecy and out of the public eye. But now through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, the Lord has Esau's skirt lifted. All right. People are waking up. People are catching on to, all of his dis and misinformation, and how basically this whole government and the military and all the operations of this United States government is basically a lie, man. And it's a facade. It's a fugazi, It says anything we touch is a weapon. We can deceive, persuade, change, influence, inspire. We come in many forms. We are everywhere, right? And that's a quote from the U.S. Army Psychological Operations Recruitment video, which is basically this nigga is telling you that he's a damn warlock and a witch. And that's how this, the United States operates, man. Not only here locally, but globally all around the world. It says the U.S. government is waging psychological warfare on the American people, and you have to understand too, this whole system is ran by these globalists and by these elites. Now they might, and they just have these particular cronies of theirs in different positions, as the president, as mayors, as governors, as senators, as 5-star generals. Man, they're all in on the program. The ones that are pulling the strings are these global elites, and they're using these different people in these positions to bring forth their agenda and to work the magic and to wage war on the minds and on the psychological, thought processes of you people, to basically get you to, to worship all type of false gods, to, set trends, and to do basically everything that these people are being programmed to do. It says, no, this is not a conspiracy theory. Psychological warfare, according to the RAND Corporation, involves the planned use of propaganda and other psychological operations to influence the opinions, emotions, attitudes, and behaviors of opposition groups. In other words, that's witchcraft, man. That's sorcery. That's magic. All right. And this devil has mastered it, and he's been using it on the minds of you people ever since he's been in rulership, man. But in these last days, through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, the Lord is you know, he's not letting the power of Esau and his blessing, the effects of it are wearing off, because it's time for this devil to be exposed and to be destroyed. And now he's just coming out and just straight up telling you, this is what it is. He's not hiding anymore, because ultimately he knows that the cat is out of the bag. He understands himself that, it doesn't have the same effect that it used to have. So now he's basically in the situation of just coming out and saying it. Shit, these people have been dumbed down enough anyway. So he feels like he's in a position now to just say it, which ultimately, the Lord is putting that spirit on him to do it. But it just further confirmed what we have been prophesying and preaching about out there on the highways and the byways as concerning Esau. It says, for years now, the government has been bombarding the citizenry with propaganda campaigns and psychological operations aimed at keeping us compliant, easily controlled, and supportive of the police state various efforts abroad and domestically. The government is so confident in its Orwellian powers of manipulation that it has taken to bragging about them. Just recently, for example, the U.S. Army's 4th Psychological Operations Group, the branch of the military responsible for psychological warfare, released a recruiting video that touts its efforts to pull the strings, turn everything they touch into a weapon, be everywhere, deceive, persuade, change, influence, and inspire. You see? It says this is the danger that lurks in plain sight. And this whole time has been operating in plain sight. You see, but that's why I tell you, we tell you here at Great Millstone that it's all a form of witchcraft and sorcery, man. For them to, hide something in plain sight, that's a magic trick, man. It's like a sleight of hand trick. And this devil has been doing this shit for centuries now, man. You see, it says, of the many weapons in the government's vast arsenal, psychological warfare may be the most devastating in terms of long-term consequences. As the military journal Task and Purpose explains, psychological warfare is all about influencing governments, people of war, and everyday citizens. PSYOP soldiers' key missions are to influence emotions, notices, reasoning, and behavior of foreign governments and citizens, deliberately deceive enemy forces, advise governments, and provide communications for disaster relief and rescue efforts. You see, and that's why we've been telling you that this whole social media, that's all government. The government invented social media, and it's all part of their psychological warfare, part of their sorcery and witchcraft to do what? To influence people, to work on their emotions, to get people to believe a particular thing, to follow certain trends. That's why you see these stupid ass TikTok challenges gain so much momentum. It's all part of the sorcery. It's all part of the plan of these elites to work on the minds of you people, to get you into particular things, man. Hey, like I said a couple of videos ago, this devil has the power to where he can make the average American citizen hate whoever he wants to hate, man. That's all part of his sorcery, part of his influence, man, part of his blessing, which is the sword. And the many different forms that it comes into. Let me get this quick precept real fast. All right. And this is what he was set up to do. This is Revelations 20:7. It says, and when the 1,000 years are expired, that 1,000 years was after the fall of the Roman Empire, after the Dark Ages, when Jake ruled in Europe, the Holy Roman Empire, when you had the Moors over there in Spain, and, the Dark Ages where so-called Negroes ruled Europe for 1,000 years. From about, maybe the late, 375 to about the late 1400s when the Renaissance period started, when Esau came back into power. That's when this devil was, he was loosed out of his prison of being brought low. He was loosed out of the prison of, he was loosed out of his prison to gain rulership back on the earth. It says, and listen, and this is the point. It says, and he shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, and the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. But the point being, after they came back into power during the Renaissance period, the Lord set them up to deceive the whole world, man. And that's basically what this article was explaining unto you. His psychological operation, his ability to weaponize information and deception and use sorcery on the people. And this is for the Greek word for deceive is planao. It says to cause to stray, to lead astray, lead aside from the right way. And he has the whole, earth basically going after the ways of Satan, especially here in America, man. Central, North, South America, and even other parts in the world. The influence of America has corrupted the whole earth, man. That's why you see, all these different agendas being used, and leading these people down a dark and very wicked path, man. It says to go astray, to wander, roam about, metaphorically to lead away from the truth, especially you Israelites, man. He gave us plantation Christianity. He's giving you all these philosophies, the freedom of religion. And now he's saturating these children's mind with the alphabet agenda. I was reading an article now where a lot of these teenagers and young children now are all identifying as trans, man. That's all part of this devil's psychological operations. His deception. He's leading people down all these different paths of wickedness, man. It says to lead away from the truth, to lead into error, to deceive, to be led into error, be led aside from the path of virtue, to go astray, to sin. You see? To sever or fall away from the truth, because there's no truth here in America, man. This whole system is all based off of lies and sorcery and left-handed magic, man, which is causing the people that fall into it to be totally, in the spirit and the actions of abominations, man. Just look at America as a whole. This whole thing is being done through the Esau raging war on the people, psychologically, mentally, emotionally, with the information, with the food, with everything, man. People are all sick. People are just totally just led astray and being destroyed under the rulership of Esau. It says to be led away into error and sin, to deceive, seduce. Yeah, see, he seduces these people, man. And this article is just further letting you know that this is how this system operates. You see, it says, yet don't be fooled into thinking these psyops campaigns are only aimed at foreign enemies. The government has made clear in word and deed that we, the people, are domestic enemies to be targeted, tracked, manipulated, micromanaged, surveilled, viewed as suspects, and treated as if our fundamental rights are mere privileges that can easily be discarded. It says, aided and abetted by technological advances and scientific experimentation, the government has been subjecting the American people to apple pie propaganda for better part of the last century. Man, since the beginning, man. Isn't that what the serpent did to Eve in the garden? Did not he seduce her? Did not he lie to her? Did not he, wage a form of psychological warfare on her mind, man? And what did she do? She fed it to Adam. She fed it to her husband, man. You see? And what the serpent feed Eve was the seduce her to walk in the ways of sin and of error and out of the right path, man, and into the ways of darkness. You see, and when you go to that word, I think the word serpent in the Hebrew, I forget the word for serpent in the Hebrew is nakash, which means to practice divination and witchcraft, and that's how the spirit of Esau operates, man. You see. And he's been, and he's still doing it live in effect until this day. It says, consider some of the ways in which the government continues to wage psychological warfare on a largely unsuspecting citizenry. You see, it says, weaponizing violence. With alarming regularity, the nation continues to be subjected to spates of violence that terrorizes the public, destabilizes the country's ecosystem, and gives the government greater justification to crack down, lock down, and institute even more authoritarian policies for the so-called sake of national security without many objections for the citizens. Yeah, they have a lot of agent provocateurs. They can have, people that's under their, what do you call it? Manchurian candidates or they'll have like certain, the CIA and the government to set up certain, things online and websites where, they'll gather up so-called white supremacists and set up these things to, to get the unsuspecting public to join these different type of militias and then pay them to go out and to do particular things so that they could, crack down on the Second Amendment. They can take your speech, they can take your guns and justify them and, gaining more control over the people, man. Let's see. I want to read this one. It says weaponizing surveillance, pre-crime, and pre-thought campaigns, which, that's going to be part of the New World Order. It says government agents adopting fake social media identities and AI created profile pictures in order to surveil, target, and capture. But yeah, see, they do that. They'll set up fake social media sites, like I just said, in these different platforms, and what do you call it? Like a 4chan, to where they'll spew all this hatred and shit, and then they'll get these dumbass people that feel that way to join up, and then they'll get them to meet up and give them weapons and guns and go out and do particular things in the interest of the government to bring order out of chaos. It says weaponizing digital currency, social media scores, and censorship. It says tech giants working with the government have been meting out their own version of social justice by the way of digital tyranny and corporate censorship, muzzling whomever they want, whenever they want, or whatever pretext they want in the absence of any real due process, review, or appeal, which they have been doing that to our videos here on YouTube. Now it's become a crime to tell the truth and to expose lies and wickedness. It says unfortunately, where was I? It says, unfortunately, digital censorship is just the beginning. Digital currencies, which can be used as tool for government surveillance of citizens and control over their financial transactions, which that right there leads into the MOTB, Revelations 13 and 16, which will be on the forefront pretty soon, man. And they're going to use these CBDCs and this different digital currency after they crash this current financial system to have complete control over the people, control how you can buy or sell, or if you can buy or sell, and they're gonna use that to stick that what in you. It says combined with social media scores and surveillance capitalism create a litmus test to determine who was worthy enough to be part of society and punish individuals for moral lapses and social transgressions and reward them for adhering to government sanctioned behavior, which is a social credit score, which is nothing but a form of control, man. And after the dust settles and all the chaos and you people go buck wild and starve to death and shoot each other up and come up against the government, this is going to be part of their plan to bring that order out of the chaos, man. Is to bring in this digital beast system where the only way you'll be able to join yourself onto it is to have a digital ID system and the MOT to the B. It says in China, millions of individuals and businesses blacklisted as unworthy based on social media credit scores that grade them based on whether they are good citizens have been banned from accessing financial markets, buying real estate, or traveling by air or train. You see? And that's what this whole system is coming to, man. Which a lot of you people will willingly worship and subject yourself to. It says weaponizing compliance. Let me see. And I just turn that down. It says weaponizing entertainment. It says for the past century, the Department of Defense entertainment, right, Hollywood too, is another tool of witchcraft, man. And there's Satanism and how they manipulate and basically use it to use it to have self-fulfilling prophecies, man. They those are called the revelation of the method, where these elites show you what they're going to do before they do it through these different movies and disguise it as entertainment, to where they can be justified when they do it. To be like, well, we told you what we were doing. We put it right in your face. But like I said, they operate off of secrecy and witchcraft and wickedness, man. It says, for the past century, the Department of Defense Entertainment Media Office has provided Hollywood with equipment, personnel, and technical expertise at taxpayers' expense. In exchange, the military-industrial complex has gotten a stranglehold, a starring role in such blockbusters as Top Gun and its rebooted sequel, Top Gun Maverick, which translate to free advertising for the Warhawks, recruitment of foot soldiers for the military empire, patriotic fervor by taxpayers who have to foot the bill for the nation's endless wars, and Hollywood visionaries working to churn out dystopian thrillers that make the war machine appear relevant, heroic, and necessary. As Elmer Davis, a CBS broadcaster who was appointed the head of the Office of War Information, observed, the easiest way to inject a propaganda idea into the most people's mind is to let it go through the medium of an entertainment picture when they do not realize what they are being propagandized. You see, it's all sorcery and witchcraft, man. You see, they said they use the media, which is basically a form of, it's a form of influence. It's witchcraft, man, being worked on the minds of the people, because the average people just watch these movies, not even realizing what they're watching. And a lot of it is getting drilled into their subconscious without them knowing. That's why you see these people are so desensitized to violence, because what have they been doing for the last 10, 15 years is promoting all of these violent games like Grand Theft Auto, Shoot 'em Up, Bang Bang, Call of Duty, and these people play these games hours on end. So when they see it out in the real life, they're already desensitized to it, man. It doesn't matter. It's nothing. They use the rap music do the same way. That's why you see niggas out here blowing each other away without any empathy or any conscience about it, because they have been desensitized, man. This man is a complete walking weapon, man. And he's learned the perfect way to psychologically and how the brain works to use certain colors, certain rhythm patterns, and certain frequencies, all these things that manipulate the brain, man. And he's using it at his disposal. This man is the ultimate devil, man. It says what? Weaponizing behavioral science. Let me see what else. Let me see. Let me see what else it says. It says weaponizing that's a spirit. Weaponizing desensitization campaigns aimed at lulling us into false sense of security. The invasive surveillance, extremism report, the civil unrest, the protests, the shooting, the bombings, the military exercises and active shooter drills, the lockdowns, the color-coded alerts and threat assessments, the fusion centers, the transformation of local police into extension of the military, the distribution of military equipment and weapons to local police forces, the government databases containing the names of dissidents and potential troublemakers have conspired to assimilate the populace to accept a police state willingly, even gratefully. That's why every other day now you're hearing about a new mass shooting, another shooting, so that they can create this atmosphere of fear, so that you people can beg your government to come down and to make you feel safe and make you feel comfortable, man. Did the same thing with the whole 9/11, man. Now they're doing the same thing now with all these different active shooters and, who knows what all these different diseases going out there. And it just goes on and on and on, man. This man is the ultimate warlock and witch. Yeah, see, weaponizing fear and paranoia to get you people afraid of every goddamn thing, so you don't trust each other, so you think everybody is a potential goddamn terrorist, and like I said, until you beg the government to pass laws, turn that down, or you beg the government to make laws to make particular things, illegal, so that it's going to help them to further and easily, when it's time for them to roll on you people, to roll on you, man. And they're doing that now by trying to take your assault weapons, man. Look at that, weaponizing genetics. Yeah, this man is trying to play God, man. Now he's saying that, the way that God created you and your, and the God gene is a thing of the past. And now he has the technology and the know-how to make you better, to fix what God, to fix what God maybe made a mistake on, That's why this whole transgender thing is blown out of proportion. They're basically saying that, look, if a man feels like he was a woman, that God made a mistake, and guess what? We have the technology and the medicine and the surgeries to fix that, and to play the Most High. It says, not only does fear grease the wheels of the transition to fascism by cultivating fear, controlled, pacified, cowed citizens, but it also embeds itself in our very DNA so that we pass on our fear and compliance to our offspring. It's called epigenetic inheritance, the transmission through DNA of traumatic experiences. For example, neuroscientists observed that fear can travel through generations of mice DNA. The Washington Post reports studies on humans suggest that children and grandchildren, anyways, just like that dude Noah Harari said that now humans are hackable animals, man. And that the whole God of the Bible is old news, and guess what? He's basically saying that through their technology, they're God, man, and they have the answers, and they can fix everything, and they have the way to save humanity, which is a goddamn lie, man. It says weaponizing the future, yada yada yada, But this is a good article, man. If I remember, I'll put it in the comment section. I mean, in the description box. But let me see anything else in here. And when I say we have a government of wolves, no, you have a government of Edomites, man, the most basest man on the planet Earth. You see, and he's about to come down with that great wrath, as it tells you in Revelation 12:12, because he knows that he has but a short time, man. He knows that Yahweh Shah is returning. He knows that the prophets have prophesied his downfall. The elect are being awakened, and truth is in this light is devouring the darkness, and his lies and everything that he is trying to accomplish. So he's going to try to move quick and, do what he has to do. But in the meantime, hey, he's coming out all with it and showing you that this man is the devil. He's not hiding anymore. He's coming straight out with it, and he's being exposed, man. So let me get this last precept and I'm going to roll out of here. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. It says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition," which is the Edomites, Esau, Edom. And perdition means the son of destruction, because everything that he does, it brings death, destruction, error. Remember, like I read in Revelation, the 20th chapter, the word for deceive was what was it? Planeo, which is to deceive, to lead to error, man, to seduce, And now he's finally been exposed, man. The Lord has Esau in a scopeo, and he's being exposed, man. All of his tactics, all of his lies and his witchcraft and his sorcery is all being brought to the forefront, and he's being the ultimate nail in the coffin is that he's being linked to Esau, Edom, the wicked, the one that God hates, in the Holy Scriptures, man. It says, "Who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God, or that is worship," and that's what his whole Revelations 13 and 16 is about. This mark of the what. This all about him pushing that mark on the people so that he can be worshipped and that he could be worshipped as the Most High, man. And he's ultimately aiming at you 12 tribes of Israel. Which, he's going to fail miserably because he can't get the elect, but that's his goal. That's his plan. And that's why he's setting up this whole infrastructure with 5G, 6G. He's getting all these highly sophisticated AI robots and surveillance shit in place so that he can literally try to play God through a technological sense, man. And have ears and eyes and tabs on each and every citizen that's in his beast system, man. So he can know, he's trying to play God, so he can count the hairs on your head, so he can know what you're thinking, where you're going, control how much resources you can consume, tell you whether you can have children or not. He's literally trying to play the Most High through technology, man. It says, "So that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things? And now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time." And now it's his time to be revealed. And that's why the spotlight and the light is on him, man. And we've been warning you and telling you who this damn so-called white man truly is in a biblical sense, which is Esau, Edom, the wicked. It says, "For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way." And that's the ultimate goal. And that's why he's moving with such fervent pace, because he knows he's about to be taken out of the way. His skirt has been lifted. He's exposed. All right. All eyes are on the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, and the black woman as well. The black woman is being exposed and called out too for her wickedness, man. The dynamic duo, Stockton and Malone, Eve and Esau. It says, "And then shall that wicked be revealed," which is being revealed now, "whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth," which is being done right now, which is being done through the prophets, starting with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And you got other people too coming out. They're not exposing Esau as, the white man as Esau biblically, but you got a lot of these, truthers coming out, exposing the government, exposing a lot of the shit that Esau does. And then the prophets, we get it and we filter it through the wisdom and the scriptures. All right. So this man is being revealed. He's being consumed with the spirit of the mouth of the prophets, and shall destroy him with the brightness of his coming. Because when Yahweh Shai returns, that's what it's ultimately going to do. He's going to literally destroy and judge these damn devils, man, and destroy his whole infrastructure. It says, "Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan." And what does Satan mean? An adversary, right? And that's how he operates. Everything that he does and operates on the earth is in complete opposition to nature, to creation, to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. It says, "With all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish." You see, and that's how he does it. Everything I was reading in our article, that's how he works, is with, power and signs and lying wonders, pseudosciences, psychological operations. All these fear-based tactics, trauma, order out of chaos, everything that he's doing, everything that he uses at his disposal, his, the weapons, his blessing, is how he, that's how he works. His working is after Satan, It says, "And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved." You see? And that's what this devil has been doing, man. And that's what this article is further exposing. And that's what we've been exposing through the spirit for all these years, man. And now, it's finally at the point to where, this devil is on the ropes. He's exposed, and only things left for him is to come down with great wrath and for him to be destroyed at the coming of our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. So with that, Lord willing, you were edified. Call hello Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai for putting the spirit on me and do this lesson. To the next one, Shalom.